Killer Nurse, Charles Cullen's shocking story, 400+ victims, true crime documentary.
He was a nurse, a trusted professional, sworn to save lives. But behind the IV drips and hospital gowns, he was hiding a deadly secret. Charles Cullen, the most prolific serial killer in American history.
Over 400 patients murdered, and no one stopped him for 16 years. Hospitals are meant to be places of healing. But when Charles Cullen was on duty, they became silent crime scenes. Untraceable deaths, routine injections, turning into death sentences. Why wasn't he caught? Why did hospitals keep letting him go?
Charles Cullen, born in 1960 in New Jersey. A childhood marred by trauma, abuse, tragedy. By the age of 20, he had already attempted suicide multiple times. Eventually, he became a nurse, a role that gave him access to the most vulnerable people and the perfect tools to end their lives.
Charles Cullen for last mentions Project by Silent Majorane, around Hagen. He didn't use guns or knives. Cullen's weapons were lethal doses of medication, digoxin, insulin, epinephrine. He'd scan hospital records, pick his next victim, then silently inject the fatal dose. No struggle, no sound, just death. By the time anyone noticed, the patient was gone, and Cullen had moved on.
From 1988 to 2003, Cullen worked in 9 different hospitals, and each time, mysterious deaths followed. Yet instead of raising alarms, hospitals chose silence.
Please resign. No investigations, no police reports, just silence. Until 2003, when a fellow nurse, Amy Loughren, noticed something strange. Irregular chart entries, unusual medication doses. She alerted the police, and that's when the truth began to surface. Investigators traced Cullen's steps, and the pattern became impossible to ignore. When confronted, Cullen confessed, first to 29 murders.
Collected death drives in a basic continue inspected cellvase. Paul that having a part tamper readers really design and the annumblous the real number and he'd respond staticide to a loss. Cullen asked, why?
Cullen said he was relieving suffering, but psychiatrists saw through him. A god complex, a broken psyche, a man obsessed with control, over life and death. In 2006, Charles Cullen was sentenced to 18 consecutive life sentences, without the possibility of parole. He will die, behind bars. But his case left a chilling legacy. Hospitals across America were forced to tighten protocols, stricter medication monitoring, whistleblower protections, digital logs of every dose. Because Charles Cullen wasn't a stranger in a dark alley. He was the nurse standing at your bedside, the man checking your IV, the one you trusted. And that's what makes his story
the most terrifying of all, because behind every smiling uniform could hide a monster.